Next question comes from 5064 Maverick
Okay.
on YouTube. Would anyone or anything in particular tempt you out on a tour, a show run, or recording for an artist in their environment for a period of time? Regards, Steve.
Oh, that's a tough one for me, man. Yeah. I guess I should start out by saying, I have turned down a lot of gigs. For some reason in maybe 18, 19, I don't know why, man. Maybe it was just that YouTube was sort of peaking in a way, but I got offers for gigs and albums, dude, like once a week for a year. It was kind of constant. It's really slowed down a lot now. I don't get those kind of offers too much. One relatively big offer came through someone you knew at the lighting place.
Yeah. My old boss is Porter Robinson's lighting designer.
Yeah.
And he was going to go on a tour last fall.
And that was international, right?
It was going to be like 2 years total.
Yeah,
it
was a
months,
giant
2 months
tour,
in the U.S. and then like kind of 2 years on and off internationally.
Yeah.
And my boss hit me up and was like, "Does Adam know anybody?" I was like, "Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'd be willing to do it."
Yeah.
It's definitely good pay.
Sure.
For sure. Yeah.
And big venues too. Porter Robinson's a big artist, and there's been a lot of those that have come across that are tempting and interesting, right? Because the last gig I played ever was with my friend Emily Kopp, who goes by her artist name now, Lowen. Talented singer-songwriter. Played a gig with her, I want to say 5 years ago now. And before that, I hadn't played a gig in like 2 or 3 years. But man, that gig, it reminded me of why I stopped taking gigs, because in order to do this job, running an online education brand with a school, with apps and a website and members and all that stuff, it is not realistic that I could have built all of this while also playing gigs. There's genuinely not enough time in a week to break my kit down, go to rehearsals, dedicate all this time to like musical performances, gigs, loading, unloading. There's no way I could have done both at the same time. And I have to tell people that sometimes, like, I had to choose between like the gigging world and doing this online education thing. At least for me, that was sort of my reality. I didn't see how I could possibly balance both of these things. It felt like I would have my eggs in too many baskets, right? So I chose the online route. It's the reason that I don't play gigs to this day. So the question is there any type of gig that could come up that would really tempt me? I would say it would have to be like a very short list of artists that I would regret if I said no. I'll give you my number one. Rascal Flatts.
That's surprising,
dude.
actually.
Man, I'm a sucker for like well-written country, and Rascal Flatts in my eyes has like some of the best country songs like ever written. Especially I grew up with that in the, late 90s, early 2000s. Man, Rascal Flatts has some hitters, boy. They got some songs that if you don't cry listening to that, you're not a human. Just beautifully written, powerful songs, man. So Rascal Flatts would be at the top of my list for sure. And then, of course, there's the superstars. Would I turn down a gig with Taylor Swift or Ariana Grande or some like massive arena? Like, I don't think I would. I think I would take that just on the premise that like, so few people ever get to do that. Like I would give up an online career just to have that experience, But the way I see it is like it's a trade. If I take a gig like that, I'm giving up a position that I have as a YouTuber, as an online educator, as an online drum school owner. That's a trade. And so it would have to be something where I assess the website, orlandodrummer.com, the relationship I have to the members there, the relationship I have to YouTubers, my Instagram followers, to all those people, and say, man, I'm going to sort of, in some roundabout way, give up the value of this relationship for something else in the music industry. And I've never had an offer for a gig or an album or something that would be very time consuming like that. I've never had one come in where it really tempted me that much. It was always like, no, I like what I have in the online space more than I like this touring opportunity or the thought of recording on this album, right? But there are certain ones. So I'll say like Rascal Flatts is probably the best example. If they email me and they're going on like a world reunion tour, I'm in. Yeah. All right. I'll take the time off. Yeah. It's got to be big enough, man. Or of personal interest great enough personal interest to me. That's what I'll say. Not big enough, but it's just gotta hit me somewhere deep to trade my online position, honestly. Thanks for watching this clip. If you enjoyed it and you're looking for more content like this, or if you're just looking to make yourself a better drummer, I think I can help. At the link in the description, you can start a 7-day free trial to my online drum school. It is drum school in the style of Netflix. You'll find 160 hours of content there. Trust me, you will find something you like, and I would love to have you on board. I'll see you guys there.